I'd like to take just a few seconds of your time to let you know what's in store if you decide to get involved in my community, whether that be by receiving the blog posts that I send out quite regularly, joining me on Facebook, or perhaps even delving into deciding to work with me. Now, I've been a small business owner for, oh my goodness, quite a long time now. I escaped the corporate world when my son was born back in 1999, and I started a few different businesses when he was a small little boy. But the biggest thing that I started was back in 2004, a small business marketing agency based on the skills and the talents that I had when I was in the corporate world. Yes, I worked in marketing and events for some very big corporate companies. Now, that business was fantastic. It worked along and grew from my dining room table through to service offices with part-time and casual staff, through to actually purchasing an office in Chatswood and getting full-time staff. And it grew exponentially and was going really well. But what happened is I reached this point, and perhaps this will sound familiar to you, whether you have a big, small, tiny, medium, anywhere in between type of business. What happened was a feeling. It wasn't so much the size of the business, it was what I was doing and how it was feeling inside. It felt to me as though the work that I was doing was no longer important enough. It wasn't really resonating with me, and I felt as though I was losing some purpose and some direction when I got out of bed every day. I'd lost the inspiration, I'd lost the motivation. Now, what that told me is that I was changing as a person, and you can read more about that on the About Me page on this site. But the biggest realization I came to is that the personal development that had been such a part of my life over the last couple of years was now moving very firmly into my business. You see, I feel that when we are starting to get in particular to a certain age, it's very difficult to take what you do for a job or for your business on your entrepreneurial adventure and what's happening inside of you. The two of them tend to fuse together. And that sometimes means that we get this feeling, this sense of that there's more that we can be doing. We get this feeling of urgency, a sense of urgency that this is the point I'm at in my life. Is this what I want to be doing? Now, it's at that point that I find that many women want to build what I have coined a wholehearted business. Now, a wholehearted business is a business that brings, as the name suggests, the whole of you into play. Now, it can take a lot of courage and a fair degree of vulnerability to show up and say, this is who I am, this is what's important to me, and this is what I want to offer and serve the world with. But I really, really have a great faith that when you do this, in fact, a practical application, because I've done this as well, when you let go of the shoulds, when you let go of the musts, when you let go of the way you believe you need to be, and actually embrace who you really are and bring that into your business, everything changes. It sounds a little magical, a little woo-woo, but what starts to happen is that the people that you really want to work with are drawn towards you, and the whole world starts to change. There's this deep sense of purpose, and it is followed up by prosperity that at this point in time you mightn't be able to imagine. So that's the journey I want to take you on. I want to help you build a wholehearted business. Thanks again for visiting the site, and I look forward to talking soon.